Ladies and gentlemen, Patrice O'Neill. Patrice, help.
Patrice.
Help me. Help me.
Good morning.
What's up, Patrice? How are you?
O'Neill.
I'm doing pretty well, man. How you guys doing?
We're doing. Most of us are doing pretty well.
Not so good.
Two of us are good. One not so good.
Not so good.
Well, I didn't think he was going to win at all. I didn't invest in this. I didn't think he had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
I think sitting here watching this, he's the chosen one, really.
See? This is the mentality. This is the mindset of Black America.
Let me tell you why.
The chosen one. They're using words like Jesus.
No. Wait, I'm not using it in the same context as some other people might be using it. I'm using it by the fact that he shouldn't have made it past the day he said, I'm going to run for president. This guy is super black.
He's right place, right time guy.
His name is Barack. There's a lot of variables that's going on right now.
Yeah.
One, his name is not even Cliff Jackson. If it was Black Clifton Watson running for president, he couldn't win. This guy's name is Barack Hussein Obama. This guy has a black wife, and I don't mean her skin color. I mean her mouth.
Uh-huh.
He has black preachers. This guy is super black in this country running up until this point. All they could find on him, which was the most important thing, was Jeremiah Wright. They blew that. Now they're scraping. This is why I'm starting to believe he's going to win. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel now, talking about his auntie lives in the projects. It's getting pathetic. Second,
his deported illegal alien auntie is living in the project. For 4 years on the government.
Go get him, Tiger.
For 4 years on the government till.
Anthony, do you realize?
4 years on the government till.
As much as I respect you,
Yes, sir.
you sound like a raven, scared lunatic.
That's what I am. Thank you.
Now, good. I'm glad you're being honest. Now, here's the other variables that might make him win. One, I'm learning about this electoral college.
Uh-oh.
He is not going to win the popular vote, but he's going to win this electoral college thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to win that. And if he wins that, of course, that's when it'll all change. In 2012, we won't hear about electoral colleges anymore. It'll change up.
You think they'll change it?
Oh, yeah, they'll change the system. No longer that won't exist anymore. Two is here's the white people that I didn't think existed, but I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. I don't believe in white people in general to do anything that has to do with being right towards black people. But
you better, because he's going to win that way.
wait a minute, but here's the white people I'm dependent on.
Mm-hmm.
Racism is so frowned upon in America right now.
Yep.
That even if you are racist, you're so afraid to be called one that you will self-police your racism. Most white people are so afraid to be a racist that even if they have an opportunity to be racist, they're going to be too scared to be that.
Yep, it's called walking on eggshells. I call it that all the time.
And it's not white guilt. It's not that
No.
we love black people so much. It's a paranoia of losing something. So let's say you vote for McCain and McCain wins. You're so afraid to be the person that voted for McCain that you're going to vote for Obama to think in some crazy Peckerwood way that this is going to end racism for you. But you know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take that. This dude's going to win the presidency.
I understand that. And, Patrice, what I was saying earlier is kind of what you're saying now. I am no longer going to walk on eggshells. I'm no longer going to watch what I say. I'm not going to be offended. Like, I don't walk up to Italian Americans and Irish Americans and just blurt out racial epithets toward them. But I am not walking around on eggshells anymore in front of black people. They have attained the presidency of the United States, and now we're all even. We're all even. We're all even.
Why you think you're even? But this gesture that white people think they're going to do to make themselves feel better. It's not really to make themselves feel better. It's to say, look, I can't be what I want to be. They're going to still be racist. It's just that this gesture that puts a black man in office, they think it's going to make up. Are you saying if he becomes president tomorrow that racism was here today and now it's gone tomorrow?
I'm saying it wasn't as big as all the black people thought it was. This country is not as racist as you guys still think it is.
It's because of situations like...
Don't make excuses for the fact that racism is going away in America. You're making excuses. You know something? Whitey will never win. That's what it is. Whitey will never be given credit for actually accepting black people in your community. You'll always look at us as the devil. You'll always look at us as the bad guy. You can't even accept this. You can't even accept this.
That's an arrogant word to accept.
You're being arrogant.
What do you mean accept me? I accept you.
What?
Exactly. Do you hear the words you use?
Yes.
It's accepting and this and that. This just because you getting ready to vote, not you, but your traitorous white friends who are going to vote for Obama.
Yes.
Because they think that this is going to exonerate everybody from racism. Here's the problem, and here's what makes it unfortunate, that I have a degree in white folks. I told you this.
Well, I got one in black folks.
Ready? White racism, according to white people, is gone already. Covert racism exists. There's no more dogs and hoses for the most part and lynchings, but now it's this magical thing that you can't prove, that you gotta know it's there.
Yeah, it's
I have to, only white people I can depend on now are you, in terms of being honest, are you and a couple of dudes that drive a pickup truck in Alabama are the only white people I can depend on to be honest about race.
There's so much covert racism. There's so much covert racism that a black guy is going to be president tomorrow.
But see, you got to understand what I'm saying, Anthony. It's self-police. It's paranoia.
You're more paranoid about this than I am. It's paranoia on your part. You can't accept the fact.
Make y'all afraid of racism? You did. It's a white civil war right now.
You can't accept the fact. Why can't you just accept that there is less racism overall in this country, and that's how this man is able to be elected president?
That this guy.
Now it's got to be secret racism that we don't see. How about it's just not there anymore?
Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't get that. And I'll make sure nobody is going to get after white people. You can't get off that easy.
Never. Never. We'll never get off because we'll always be the oppressor and the devil no matter who's in charge. They could have states, 50 states full of black governors, a black president, a black Congress and Senate, and we'd still be the sons of bitches that screwed you over 500 years ago. Please, Patrice.
Listen, your statement just now explains to you why there's racism. I'm going to tell you why.
Oh, God, I can't win.
Your Anthony Cumia, your family came here, what, a couple of years ago?
I don't know, maybe great-grandfather.
Okay, a couple of years ago.
That's 1850. No,
right at the Statue of Liberty time.
Yeah.
You guys were being called WAPs.
Yeah.
Without papers.
Exactly. Without papers.
Why somebody, great, built the country, but the fact that your skin color is a certain way makes you believe that when I say white, I mean you. I don't mean you.
Patrice, it's
You're
not...
my oppressor.
God
We're talking about, this is what the facts are. You believe yourself to be white because you're in this country. Do you understand what this country does? That I'm black because I'm in this country. You're white because you're in this country. But you have nothing to do with slavery. You're an immigrant.
Yeah.
And you still think you're white.
What do you have to do with slavery?
Exactly.
So why keep the friggin' subject rolling for another few hundred years?
Oh, well, you know what? It's all our fault. It's black people's fault. We just keep it all. We keep it going. We just keep racism going. We keep these plunges going. We keep these hangings going. We keep these dragons going. We keep all of this going.
There are what are labeled hate crimes all over the country, and that won't stop. It doesn't necessarily mean there's this overall racism anymore that is keeping you down.
So if there's 200 million white folks in this country, how many of you think are not racist? And it amazes me
a hell of a lot.
How much white people think they're not racist.
I'm surprised at the lack of racism in this country. I'm surprised.
You're right.
And I'm surprised at it.
Of the lack of it?
Yes, the lack of racism against black people. I'm very surprised.
There's only a few white guys left that really will talk honestly about being racial. I'm not even going to say racist. About being racial. It's only a few left. The rest pretend. They don't even say it in front of their friends no more because they don't know. Look at Dog the Bounty Hunter. He said the N-word, and that's another thing. White people are amazing. You devised a statement called the N-word, right? Which I didn't hear the word nigger as much as I hear N-word.
Right.
I don't even hear in general conversation N-word. And it's a cool, smooth way to be able to say it. White people don't. Let me tell you something.
That wasn't a planned thing. We enjoyed saying the real word, for Christ's sake. Believe me, it became something we had to say based on people getting pissed.
The real word was a home run.
Boy.
No one has racial... Anthony, nobody... White people are liars about race, man.
So are black people, for Christ's sake.
How am I lying about race? I give it to you straight.
You're not you so much, because, again, you do have a degree in white people, but I have a degree in black people.
Exactly. I consider you to give it straight. I consider Norton to give it straight. I consider Opie to give it straight. But the average white person will not admit to being a racist.
Here's how black people, Patrice, here's how black people are a little dishonest about race, or a little deluded. You know how white people don't see all the institutionalized racism, or covert, if you want to call it? Well, black people at times see it where it doesn't exist. Yeah. I mean, there's times where, like, it sounds like black paranoia, and then you realize, wow, this girl really did carve a B in her own face and blame a black guy. So it's not all paranoia from blacks. But there are things that are just legitimately black fault that it's become a very safe thing to go, white people, and nobody will call them out on it. So.
Absolutely.
Is it racist? Okay, can I ask you?
Absolutely. I believe that, Norton, because that's one of my problems with our black leaders, is that right now black people are reactive. We're just sitting around, and all we do is wait for white people to do something wrong so we can march. We have no agenda. This situation gives us a different agenda. It might help the country. A lot of black people are going to be delusional and think racism is over. Those are the people I got to talk to. But there's going to be, to see a black president, all the black people who are the ones who don't know where to go, don't know how to think, they might just look at the black president and say, you know what, let's do right by the black president. Let me stop robbing banks. Let me stop hiding in the bushes waiting to home invade Anthony's house so that, we can make the president proud. Yeah. This isn't going to be a good thing, Anthony. Just pay your taxes for a minute, hide in the house, dig your hole, buy a whole bunch of cans of soup, and just wait it out for 4 years, man.
I understand. And you know something? What you said made a lot of sense. I absolutely think that to bring yourselves up to the level that Obama has. He's president, and now to be respected and respectable in your communities will be a great thing for an example for the rest of this country to look at and say, wow, you know, seeing a black president really did change the mindset of a lot of people in the community. But I don't see that happening because I'm educated in the ways of black people. Why do you think, Patrice, let me ask you a question. Why do you think in a place like Detroit, and do you think it's racist for an Asian restaurant to put bulletproof bank glass in between the customers and them?
Look, it's something they got to do.
And why do they have to do it? Is it because Exactly. Now, why won't that stop? And are those people, did they put the glass up because the people are black or because the people will rob them?
Probably 99.9 because they're black, because they didn't.
Oh, stop! They probably were robbed. They were probably robbed many times by black people before they put the glass up, and then they were judging them again on the content of their character. They coming in and they're robbing them. So you got to put up the glass. How is that racist?
Let me ask you this: if McCain wins, does racism still exist?
Oh, yeah.
So right now, the fact that if Obama wins or McCain wins is the deciding factor on whether racism exists in this country.
No, I was kidding when I said, oh, yeah. Believe me. No, I think racism, of course it still exists, and it's going to be around on both sides. The thing is, it's not as prevalent as you people seem to still think it is.
It's not overt.
No, just because it's gone doesn't mean it's hiding. Jesus, you're always looking around a corner for racism.
Anthony, at what point was there? I was born in 1969. Not a year after Martin Luther King got shot for what he was trying to do. When everybody was getting shot. Kennedy, it was just assassinating people, but it was the climate of racism there. Now, are you saying to me that from then to now, it's changed so much that this country is healed from the fact that I can't drink water out this fountain or whatever the case may be?
I think it's a little bigger than drinking water.
Is all we are saying is give peace a chance? All of a sudden, we're wonderful?
In those years, you got a black president tomorrow. What are you talking about? Of course it changed.
You know what you did? It's like... Of
course it changed.
It's like a winning lottery ticket. This is our reparation.
That seems to be what I'm seeing when I see interviews.
This is here, y'all. Finally, shut up. Are you out your mind?
No, what I'm saying is, you asked me, you think things have changed that much in that period of time. Do you honestly think a black man could have even been considered for president back then? And now, tomorrow, there will be one. So what changed?
You know why?
What changed?
It was socially acceptable to say, I will never vote for this, whatever the word of the day is going to be. I'll never vote for him. And you can say it out loud, and then to celebrate not voting for him, you can go hang 5. That's what the country was. But now you can't be that. It's a self-policing. It's not righteousness. It's just self-policing.
But you know, Patrice, you don't give enough credit for people like a generation removed. You don't acknowledge enough, I think, of the fact that people are not always just self-policing and self-interest and just hiding what is racism.
Very true. Look,
that people really do feel that way. A lot of people like this guy.
Well, I am generalizing, Norton. You're right, because, look, if slavery wouldn't have been over without help of a lot of white folks, and this is dangerous what I'm doing now, I'm giving white people credit. You helped us with slavery. A lot of white abolitionists, man. Black people could not get to where we are to this point without the help of some really decent, good white people. But the fact of the matter is, and I've said this a million times, the thing that separates us from the Jews is they have a villain that they don't have to look at every German like they're whack. All we have left from racism is our so-called freedom and white skin. That's it. We don't know who
Yes, you do. It was. Yes, you do. It was people hundreds of years ago that took ships over there and took your ancestors and brought them here. That's the villain, the enemy, not the people walking the streets today and voting in a president tomorrow or the later today, whatever.
Coming from the voice of a frothing at the mouth psychopath racist.
Look in the mirror.
Well, look, I'm gonna try to put a good. If every black person gets 4 "Don't Kill a White People" cards, I know I'm gonna use 3 on.
Okay.
And you know what? A lot of Jews. There's a guy calling and saying, "I'm a Jew. I'm not voting for Obama." A lot of Jews won't vote for Obama because of his policies on what they feel on Israel.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of guys who aren't going to vote for Obama for different reasons. Just black. A lot of people do feel like he's very socialist, and you can't even really argue. He is a little more socialist than a lot of other Democrats.
I can't argue. See, this is where you'll always beat me because I am not arguing his politics. I'll lose every time. I want to see the black president. I just made it simple.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about his politics and his homeless aunt and the fact that he hangs out with terrorists. I don't know. I want to see the black president.
You want to see the black president?
I'm just being honest. And you don't want to see the black president. At least you're being honest. That. I want to see him. You don't want to see him. What are you going to do?
We are of the same mindset on opposite ends of the spectrum.
I mean, look, white people, you are 101. Your record is impeccable. This might be your first loss. Just deal with it.
Nah, Vietnam was. The record has not been as good since the 60s. I'm telling you, the record has gone downhill since Vietnam.
And the Pats have taught us that one loss could mean everything. So let's not forget that. All right,
right on that one. Oh, damn!
All right, let's thank the word of the day for calling our show today.
Patrice.
Thank
you. Hey, Opie.
Patrice, give white people a little more credit.
Why aren't you returning my text messages about this wedding?
Because no one believes me. My phone, I got a new phone that diverts my old calls to this new phone, but I can't get text messages if you're texting my old phone.
I'm sending,
All right.
to this wedding, man.
Well, hold on the line, because you change your number every other week. I want to make sure I got your right.
You don't want a black guy.
Huh? Why are you inviting a black guy to my wedding?
You don't want a black guy at your wedding.
Actually, I didn't even invite Earl, so you're the only one, Patrice. Wait, let me think.
Hey.
I got an Uncle Tom, though. He'll be there.
Oh.
For real, he's an Uncle Tom.
Hey, Patrice, can I tell you something off the subject as we're wrapping up here? The down and dirty thing, can I just tell you that you almost doubled in the last episode what everybody else did?
Sweet.
Double what?
The ratings,
viewers. Not quite doubled, but you almost doubled. I would say you 40%ed higher. Yours was the final episode.
That was the white people trying to show their covert racism.
Look, man.
A lot of people watched it like you.
That's very cool.
Well, thank you, sir. I'm glad that helped.
Me too.
It was a pleasure.
All right.
Hey, fellas.
Well, Patrice, I hope we're never like the blue and the gray, where one goes off to one side, one goes off the other, and we have to meet on the field of battle.
And I will kill you as fast as I can.
All right, my friend.
Patrice, I'm calling in between shows.
Okay.
It's Halloween, y'all.
Patrice O'Neill, everyone.